Hup. Hey!
There.
Go.
Now.
Have it.
Now.
Have it. Have it. Shot. Shot. Hey. Yeah. Yeah. Hey. Wait. Wait. Hey.
Where the ladies at? Where
are
my
they?
ladies at?
Where are the ladies?
We got a lot of lady ramblers, you think? You think we got a lot of lady ramblers?
Eddie, why do you think you and I have all the herpes?
That's true.
Where else do we
That's
get
a good point.
the late night after ramble boinkings that we would do?
That's true. That's true. I forgot
So-
about that. Forgot about all the boinking.
Come on, there it is. Oh, welcome.
Almost got it
everybody.
again.
I think it is just going to be you and me. I think I misunderstood Alt-Right Cody. He's going to be joining us soon. I don't know about today.
Ah.
I don't know about, but here we are, the Ramble, a geek's guide to pop culture. Hey, guess what? These are the fucking geeks right here.
Ooh.
I'm comedian,
Yeah.
cancer fighter, herpes, giver or getter.
Well, I think once
Eddie,
you're the getter, you're also you become a giver.
Introduce yourself
I'm
and you
comedian
solve
Eddie
that.
Pence, also
Yeah.
podcaster.
Yes, but you
Also
were in the
podcast.
same herpes boat. So what would you say? Are you a herpes getter or giver?
Well, like I said, once you're a getter, you become a giver, right? Like,
That's true.
so once you receive that gift, you now become a giver of that gift.
Who was the egg for herpes? Who started it? Right? How did herpes? Like what? Who fucked some nasty motherfucker?
Right. Well, we know
8,000 years ago.
Somebody fucked a monkey.
That's how we got
and that's
AIDS.
how we got AIDS.
Right. Right. Somebody fucked a monkey. That's how we got AIDS. That's my favorite Judy Blume book, by the way. I don't know about you, but that's my favorite
good
Judy
one.
Blume book.
That's a good
Somebody
one.
fucked a monkey, and that's why we have AIDS by Judy
That's
Blume.
why we have AIDS.
Judy.
Oh, dude.
R.L. Stein's. Somebody fucked a monkey, and that's why we have AIDS.
And that's why we have AIDS.
This is Ramble Radio.
Should be a college
48.
textbook.
College.
Mm.
Stop it. Fifth grade. Fifth grade. I
Kindergarten.
would
It should
say.
be a read through. It's story time. In
Story
kindergarten.
time. This is how it all went down. Well, this is our supplemental podcast, Ramble Radio. Do me a favor, subscribe to the Ramble, 5-star
Do it.
rating,
Do that.
positive text
Do that.
review. We need
Please
those
do that.
things, Eddie. Also, Eddie and I have YouTube channels. We have
We
comedy
do.
albums.
That too.
Subscribe to all of our things. I stream
Rambleverse.
video games. Kick it. The Rambleverse. Make it part of your everything's the Rambleverse. And my God, speaking of verses, speaking of curses, speaking of rocking, speaking of rolling, I'm just going to put this out there. Today we're going to talk about Star Wars Skeleton Crew. Our
Sure.
Friday Ramble Radios until the show is over will most likely be our Skeleton Crew wrap-up episode.
Sure.
Jude Law's my favorite character in Star Wars ever. They basically just say, why don't we take fucking Jack Sparrow, have Jude Law play him, and stick him in outer space, and it's fucking awesome.
It's the first scoundrel we've gotten since Han Solo. It's the first true.
The first true scoundrel who is, and fucking hilarious. He is fucking like
So good.
It just I texted you 8 minutes into the episode. Remember when I was like, he might be my favorite Star Wars character ever. And just the way when he knows when the kids catch him in the light, the force flows through all of us. Like he's just he was so good. I'm telling you, dude, this show is. And I think it's a very well done show. I can't wait to see what happens. I can't wait to see where it goes. But it's 1,000% worth watching just for Jude Law. It's.
And I'm glad we're starting to get heavy Jude Law now. That episode was all Jude Law. Great.
And he was fucking fantastic. I thought the owl person was hilarious. I liked the owl. And this is what's fascinating is to me, for Skeleton Crew, they have everything teed up on it for it to be a fucking abysmal nightmare disaster of a shitty show. It's about kids. It's for kids. There's a fucking talking owl. And if they just told you that going into it, right? The villain is going to be
there's a robot with a pirate accent.
Accent robot. The villain is going to be a werewolf. in space. You're like,
but I love all of it.
I
love all of it.
fucking love it, and I'm telling you, there's something to Wynn's dad. That's why he is.
Yeah. After this episode, I agree. After episode 3, I agree. There's something to Wynn's dad.
There's something weird about it. We have some weird connections with Eddie. Eddie, you're frozen on the stream. But you have like the warmest smile.
Good.
I mean, now
back?
I'm upset. You're back. I was kind of upset because you had the warmest. You had the warmest smile.
Thank you.
On that,
Thank
it
you.
was like yes, this is the guy who I would buy a car from. I would watch my kids. But yeah, so there's some going on now. The Screen Crush crew, who we don't know them. Let's just start with there. All right, we don't know them.
Yeah.
We probably get more poon than them, I'm sure, when it comes to
that's guaranteed.
Come on, but they released a deep dive video, and I had their implications were like, whoa. Did you get to see it yet?
I haven't watched it yet. That you sent me. I didn't have a chance to watch it.
They called Jude Law's character. He was a pirate that appeared in the comics back in the 80s or some shit.
Oh, really?
Okay. Yeah, they're like, this is who this is. And then they were thinking that this, what's it called? Achtung, baby? What's the name of the fuck? At-a-teen is where all the Emperor's cloning is happening. Now, I'm going to say this, and here's my controversial take on the Skeleton Crew speculation. You ready?
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. I hope it's not. I hope it's its own self-contained story. But if it is, great, whatever. I am just so into this right now. I just don't give a shit what what I mean? Like, to me,
no, I love the mystery of what the planet is and why it was erased, and the fact that when the talking owl was speaking, they had no idea about the Galactic Civil War.
That was incredible. They're like,
none of that stuff.
What war? They're like, whoa. Like you called it. They've been sheltered from
for a while.
And they talk about that barrier on the Screen Crush video about how that's been I believe in other Star Wars lore, and it's all Empire. This is all Empire. Usually when you see this is the Empire's doing. So given the history, this feels like there's been 8 dead bodies and there's a green question mark left at the scene of the crime, and Batman has to be like, gee, I wonder which villain this is. Like, oh, maybe it's the Riddler, purple question mark, whatever. Like,
if you're looking at At-a-teen, like it looks very Imperial, like it's very organized, it's very clean, it's very sleek. Everything about it screams Empire. And the only thing is there's no stormtroopers. It's weird. Yeah. It seemed odd that they're like, well, wouldn't you think they would have a heavy presence and just be and lie and say? But if they're if they've been so sheltered away for what seemed I guess decades,
generations
pre Civil War, maybe even pre Clone Wars. This might be pre Clone Wars.
Because it
was Republic. The kids have pristine Republic credits, which come from pre-Clone Wars,
old days, and
the old Republic.
It would be like if someone showed up with like bricks of gold from the 1800s, right?
Yeah,
like,
pristine, shiny bricks of gold.
Holy fuck! Like, it's I don't know. I'm wondering what is going on. Like, I like the idea that, could this be where they're cloning Palpatine? Eddie, I'm just so done with all the Palpatine shit. Like, I don't care where he came from. I don't care. Like, they killed his ass. It's over. You know what I mean? Like, I don't like, and I understand that they want to connect the dots. But I'll tell you this: if they're connecting the dots in something this fun, connect away. Does that make sense? By all means, I know that's what connect away.
Filoni wants to do. He wants to connect all the dots to make Rise of Skywalker better. I understand why but at the same time, if these get pristine Old Republic credits, you're talking about pre-Clone Wars. Was Palpatine at that point trying to clone himself, or was that after once he became Emperor? So I don't know. Yeah,
the Screen Crush folk are saying it's most likely Palpatine. Could this be Plagueis? Could this go even further back? Could this be Darth Plagueis pulling this shit? So,
and the Empire doesn't even know about it.
Right. Now, I'm so sorry. Acolyte is way before New Hope, right? Like 100 years before New Hope. Okay.
or 90 some years.
So it would make a lot more sense if this was something Play just set up. Because again, to your point, because I was thinking there's something to that dad. There's something to Wynn's dad, and I thought maybe he landed on that fucking planet with the you know what I mean? Maybe he landed on that planet with
there's
that
something
pirate
to
ship.
I like,
but you said that pirate ship is so old. The skeletons are so old.
Yeah.
I mean, there's not even a blaster. I mean, there's blasters on it, but the only weapon was like an ancient knife that Jude Law pulls out of that.
Well, Jude Law, the gun he's using is a projectile. It's not a blaster.
Right.
When he shoots it, he pulls a hammer, it cocks, and it shoots a projectile. It's not a blaster. So that's how old the shit is on that boat, on that ship.
It's
projectiles.
Oh God, this is I just can't.
I didn't think his dad was anything important until this episode when they're all sitting there, all the parents are sitting there. He
ain't saying shit.
And he takes his glasses off like he's like, oh, he's about to do something. Like he's gonna go do something. Like he's like it's kind of like it's almost like fucking Clint Eastwood in Unforgiven, where he's like, all right, and he pulls out his gun. He goes and gets his gun.
That's what it reminded me of because like, and that's it. Let's do a super quick why Unforgiven is so good. And I think could Wynn's father be the William Money of, or what was his name, whatever's name of this world?
Yeah.
Because remember, he's such a dork at the beginning of Unforgiven.
Yeah.
He can't even shoot the can. He has to go get the shotgun. Right. And I think that's one of my favorite moments of that movie is I remember when I first saw it in the theater and he kills the bartender and then he's about to kill Gene Hackman, but he misfires with the shotgun. I thought, oh no, he can't use his gun anymore. He's toast.
Right.
But then, boom, he just takes out he doesn't fucking miss anybody.
It just comes right back to him.
It just comes right back, and he's the angel of death, and that's it. And like
maybe his dad is some old retired bounty hunter, some badass bounty hunter,
some hard ass motherfucker who's literally trying to be Clark Kent on this world. That's why I'm wondering
he's
if
just trying to leave that life behind.
Like, did he find this planet? Did he sneak in the early, whatever, if it is Palpatine, maybe in the early days of its inception, and was able to con his way into hiding his pirate ship and convincing people that he belonged there, right?
Well, I don't know if that timeline would add up. If this is pre-Civil War, he would have to be pretty young.
He probably like a 10-year-old or some shit, but yeah.
Yeah, he has to be a kid.
I'm loving this show. I can't wait to see where they go. But now we have a hard out. We got a quick one today, a short one today. We had to do this early because I'm having radiation as you're listening to this. So just in case I was feeling like shit and I could get them powers, baby. So we just before we go, as great as this was, as much fun as this show is. Holy shit! By the way, Dune Prophecy. I've never seen a show that every single episode could end with some preachers ain't shit. Like, you're just, everything about it is like, oh, some preachers need to quit. Like, it is God fucking, it's so good. But yeah, so let's, all
right.
We have the COs, Eddie. Just like those people on Attitude probably.
I know.
They had, who knows what
Atatin.
It's where they're building walkers.
Atatin makes sense.
It's where they're making the walkers.
That's right. It's
there walkers. It is. Atatin.
Take that.
That's what we would call when we would fuck our toy AT-ATs, doing some AT-ATing, right?
AT-ATing, baby.
Get a little
getting
AT-ATing.
That AT-ATing.
Getting that AT-ATing.
All right. Here we go. Skeletor. We were talking about Skeleton Crew and how much fun we're having with it. What shows do you remember watching as a child that made you sort of you had fun with? It made you feel childlike when you watch them now?
Eddie, that's a wonderful question. I'm glad that you've asked me that. It's a time of the season, also at Eternia, when nostalgia runs high with the holidays, and you want to remember those glorious times and things that made you feel good. And mine has always been documentaries about children who go missing, and then you find out they're dead. So much fun. I mean, it just warms the heart. I just feel a little tug at the heartstrings. It's the most wonderful time of the year. That's kind of what I it's so that show's so popular with me. I have self-produced over 750 million episodes. 750 million. And I put them all on a VHS tape. Each one has its own separate dedicated VHS tape and dedicated film reel. And I bet you're wondering, well, where could be a place big enough to hold that many VHS cassettes and that many film reels? Go ahead, Eddie. Ask.
Where?
He-Man's mother's pussy! Because it's so big. You get it? I can put all of them in there. And it'll be safe from a fire. Because it's just so, damp and shitty and lifeless. And just there's nothing in there and it tastes like shit. It tastes like fucking shit.
Cody, Cinesnob Cody, he's gonna be back soon.
Alt-right Cody.
Alt-right Cody.
Yes.
I don't know. Do you think
Tomatoes.
Ben Shapiro trying to blame the radical left and on that shooter is that a Cody? Because that backfired.
That's a big misstep. He might be getting an ambassadorship somewhere.
He might be sending him to Greece with this girl Kim. Get the Cinesnob podcast on Rotten Tomatoes. Eddie, where can all the fine folk find you?
You can find 5 days a week on Patreon.com, The Ralph Report. Tuesdays, Fridays, Ramble Radio. Wednesdays, Ramble Proper. And then also on Fridays, Not Today with Jen Sturger.
You can find me in the same Ramble locations. You can find Eddie and Cody. I'm streaming games, Kick and Twitch as Retro Rocha, and just my name on YouTube. Thank you all for tuning in. Subscribe, 5-star rating, positive text review. Have a fucking great weekend. We'll be back next week for more rambling goodness. Until then, take care, everybody. Enjoy the music, baby.
Oh, do it.
Hup.
There it is.
So, the mom, is she evil or is she an unwilling
She was freaking out pretty well. She's a pretty good actress, and she's freaking out that way. The mom,
yeah.
And then the lesbian couple, they were freaking out too.
I think they're innocent. Them and the elephant for sure have no idea what the fuck's going on.
But like the dad was like, he was the only one that kept his cool, and he was like, I got to go do some shit.
Like it almost seemed like he was like, somebody lied to me, right? Like that's the look.
Yeah.
Someone lied to me, and
they're in trouble. I'm gonna go fucking kick their ass.
Yes, because someone fucking bullshitted me. I can't fucking wait, dude.